Welcome back to Let's Get Cooking. I'm your host Rashida, and today I'm showing you how to make some southern fried pork chops. Just taking it back to the old school real quick. We don't have these often, but when I make them, they are delicious. Let's get ready to cook. First, I'm starting off with a few simple ingredients. Of course, I have my pork chops. I'm using 3 pork chops today. It's probably about a pound and a half, some flour, an egg, and of course, your favorite seasonings. I'm using seasoning salt, some garlic powder, and some pepper. So simple. First, I'm starting off by seasoning both sides of my pork chop with those combination of seasonings that I mentioned, the seasoning salt, the garlic powder, and some pepper. Then I will also go ahead and season the flour with a little salt and pepper or seasoning salt and pepper. Once I'm done seasoning both sides of the pork chops, then I'm going to go ahead and I'm using an egg batter today because I feel that just holds the flour on better and gives a more crispy coat to the pork chop. So the egg, you can use it or you don't have to use it, but today I felt like having that crispier crunch on the pork chop, that extra layer. So I'm going to take, once I season pork chops, I'm going to go ahead and lay them in the egg mixture, and then I will move them onto the flour and just liberally coat each side with that flour because that is the crust, that is the crunch, that is what makes it a good old fried pork chop. I'll go ahead and let you look at the process as I continue to make 2 of them for you on camera. All right, next up, now that the pork chops have been coated in the egg and flour, it's time to get the skillet ready. And I'll be using a little bit of Crisco, butter flavored Crisco, which I normally don't use, but I'm using some today. And then I'll put a half of cup of vegetable oil, not vegetable, but canola oil with that. So I'm doing a half a cup of Crisco and a half a cup of vegetable oil. And I'm doing a shallow fry, so I'll fry both sides. I'll fry one side, turn it over, and fry the other. I like to let my oil heat up for about 10 minutes. I drop a little flour just to test it to see if it's warm enough for the pork chop. And then I'm going to go ahead and add the pork chop to that oil. And you see it's immediately bubbling, so it's just the right temperature. I've been cooking so long that I really don't use a thermometer, so I'm not sure how hot the oil is. It may be 300 to 325. I just know it's a medium high heat. Don't want the heat too high because that immediately burn the crust on the pork chop. So it's a medium high heat for about 10 minutes. Like I said, I heat the oil up and then the pork chop was ready to go in. And you kind of wanted to cook it consistently on that medium high heat. And I'm going to cook this pork chop for roughly about 7-8 minutes, about 4 minutes on each side until it's completely done. And then I'll just take it out, put it on a baking rack and let some of that oil drain. And I'm going to do 2 of these so you can see the process. My second pork chop is ready to come out. Thank you for coming in the kitchen. Thank you for cooking with me. I don't make these often, but when I do, they sure are a treat. This is how easy it is just to fry up some pork chops whenever you have a feeling for some pork chops. Good old fried pork chops. They go great with any side dish for a nice dinner or lunch or whenever you like to have it. You can even eat them for breakfast. Thanks for coming in the kitchen. Till next time, have a blessed day and a blessed week. Make sure to subscribe, like, and share. Thank you.